Hello, my beautiful people. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you in the world. This is Fadima. I don't come to again with another edition of Social Media Review. And today, the 18th of April, 2021. It is the holy month of Ramadan for them one day where they fast with brother and sister them where they observe the month, the holy month. I say may God give honor the blessings of this month. And we say we're not the fast, let God still sorry for we let some of the blessing they rob but we. And they one they way sick among we. Let God sorry for them. They want them way, what you the beg God for, as long as the intention is pure, let God answer the prayer and the call and we, and concern. So today again, we don't come with another edition of Social Media Review. And I get with me my co-host, Mr. Mohammed Shillon, who is a lawyer for over 40 years in North Carolina, based in the United States. And we go get we honorary professor, we go join we later on. We go can talk on issues. And today we decide for make say we want for address the social unrest within a Sierra Leone, the increasing social unrest within a SALONE. We see all this week, what we see in a social media, it is not good. And some people then will say we lack for carry bad news. No, but this is reality. Ignoring reality, not to make it go away. Addressing reality, addressing waiting at the problem, and find solution for how for tackle and try for fix this problem. Now that only way that we go able for go together as a country for go before for do the things them we need for do for let people their life better in a salon. And I know say when I go see me today, I get my boy, yes, I cut me here all out. I just decided because yeah, the cham. So I just decided for just, go bald for a little bit. And yeah, but why one say when I go see the magic of wig, I go put wig in my head. But yeah, I decided to go bald today. So I know say some people go surprise, if una like me fine, if una not like me still fine, because Fadima like I'm comfortable with myself, I'm comfortable with it. But thank you all so much. With the tell una thank you for joining. Una share, please share with your friends, please share with your groups, please share. Let we all can discuss. So I bring Mr. Shilo in, let it tell una ado, then we go continue the conversation.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Any side you did at the wall. Nice for seeing again, for broadcast to again, and for listening to again. Thank you very much for getting interest when we show and for making contributions by calling in and suggesting ideas. So as usual, hope at the end of the day or at the end of the show, we all go to learn from each other. So please, we don't know the rules. So let we just try to be respectful of each other. They will treat each other with respect. Thank you very much.
Well, my people, they wanna thank you. Like I say again, without you now, there's no VOS. Without the people, there is no VOS. You are the voice of Sierra Leone. Everybody in voice, like I can always say on this platform, everybody in voice matter because if you want for know, if you want for fix the problem, everybody get for be the subject matter, not just a thing of talking about. But there are problems in Sierra Leone. We get problem them and we cannot go without talking about them because these are the problems. Good things that happen, few, but a lot of things are happening too. And so we get for talk on now. We see this week in our social media, it is disturbing. It is I don't know whose adjective for use for describing, but it make you belly the turn, it make you heart the jog, it give you pain because the things that we do to each other, the things that we police they do to each other. We see last week with president go around and talk to the media, even though not kind of viewers yet, but we still they wait for they accept the invitation. We hear where he talking at 98.1 where they ask but the civil unrest, the high crime rates, the thing that where they go on na the country. But I want una yeri for una self way as my James ask am. Let una yeri for una self wetin he talk, because we cannot make excuses for wrong. As a president, that was the opportunity for unite we for speak on issues that are going wrong in the country. But I think he missed that opportunity there by una yeri for una self waiting an answer where he give, then we go come back with waiting. Because with all this where they go on so, and the excuses people are giving and the misbehavior and the malhandling of our police people, them the way where they do, me brother and sister them, me mama them, me papa them, me pikin them, where they na this forum and we get for listen to this. We all for be concerned, we all for be afraid, we all for be say it can be me, it can be you next. So when I listen to this team where they ask on a 98.1, where waiting I answer where give, then I go come back. Let we go with that, please.
The violence in the country, everybody be calm. You come initially go now, you building this now this discipline, ex soldier they come, the country get for day under proper law and order. But under your administration, we see the Lone Star incident, we see the Pademba Road Mahala, we also see McKinney, we see Tombo and all that thing in the, and we think safe from their half community, then we also they see indiscipline. So despite you promise this country discipline and violence free, inside 3 years, something day where you learn from all the violence here we don't happen in the country.
We don't talk about some of them. Which thing caused the violence? Na McKinney. The government get a machine, government get other machine than they. Government say the international airport no get machine. Since we not get direct live from Bumbuna, we not get spare machine. We can't take with machine. We can't go now the international airport so that we go able maintain the politicians. Then go inside there. Then they can't pull the only machine we get now. Now my fault? No. The same bad politician that we have been talk about now they do that. And we not just do an unknowing to them. Months before, we sit down with the stakeholders and tell them, say, they can't take this machine, it not get nothing to do with power supply in McKinney. Because we say been this, even because it been there on what, then get for go change the tires them for, because it don't timber for a very long time. That is not to make create that. Like I say, people are bent on creating. And when you go arrest them, when they say then they arrest them, then don't create problem. Some people then die unnecessarily. Power no loss today. Why you they go take team up before? Why you they go strike? Tombo, we all be there. We how then call him? I don't even know his name. He they overseas. He they inside. And now talking about that, when they want pass the cyber law, they say now for stop people their freedom. Now for them kind here, we they pass them cyber laws there. So we your actions then intentional because we not gonna left that space free. We get for control the space. So are we making efforts? Yes. If it don't happen long time, some man don't forget about themselves. But we still the root cause of that particular problem. Now where we they allow somebody for they under and incite violence now and consistently na lunsa na tumbo it happen. That one day I make now called terrorism. And anybody where they create that mass fear and they do them na terrorist activity. And that one day anybody will catch but that one day we get for
so you learn any lesson and waiting your government don't do for make sure say the incidents that the particular the Pademba Road will not repeat itself.
Pademba Road, we get several prison breaks and attempted violence all around the world. The Pademba incident, now a whole case of Leone. We know say now convicted criminals and so on and so forth. Now then they. We also, if we been change the whole system, then we say they don't bring the SLPP for can change the whole system na Pademba. And the same system we did it. Where then they talk about police, how much police SLPP don't bring coming? Now only one batch of recruitment. So the same people will be done there, and the same people then they where that incident happened. Waiting, you for check now. Waiting we don't do. Go to the prison. Say how waiting don't happen. A lot don't happen. So we get several challenges, and we need time. And we do them. We make sure say we plan them very well for make sure say any problem we would deal with, we not just deal with the symptoms, we go to the underlying causes.
So most of the underlying causes at this stage, people on the refab and the points and the political leaders them say, because most of the thing them waking happen at times, political leaders them wait for leaders example and let the supporters themselves know say peace really in a salon, they're not on the sedan day. With a background to that, waiting at your current relationship with your predecessor, Dr. Ernest Koroma?
Well, the people ask this question all the time. Me and Ernest Koroma are not too contestive. So I don't know what the importance. If I ask you, what are the relationship between you and your former boyfriend? What you say?
Get political leadership where plenty people they look up to as
well. I invite them for the national cohesion in Okam. This is where you show national cohesion. For sure to the world say yes, we are together. We ready? We want see me, we want talk to me. They call me. We are one for talk to them, and they call them. We are not friends. I don't know why you want us to be friends.
For the sake of the good of the nation.
No, we cannot be friends. We are in talking terms, and we will get national issue. If I invite you, you not go there. If I been go grip and when I go say, "I don't start the violence," not so.
So I can't get friendship
not
for the
me.
sake of the nation.
We after this say we get friendship. We dey talk.
That brings me to the commission, the Peace Commission. I mean, people they yearn for this Peace Commission. And I remember April 1, where we make fun of Marcella saying in the commissioner where you don't appoint. We see the, lots and lots of feedback. They say they're happy now with the commission to establish finally, but that'll be April Fool. So whose time would they see the establishment of the Peace Commission?
And not to April Fool. Now lobby when I don't begin lobby.
No, that was April Fool.
Okay. We that one day back a national structure because of the polarity in this country. We try to make sure say we fix them well so that the intended purpose for which this very important structure with the stand them up we go achieve that one day. When you do national things, never be in haste. You make very silly mistakes. Very silly mistakes. It will defeat the whole purpose. So why the National Commission? Because we want an organization where we keep a very keen eye on all the instigators of violence. All the things that everyone they talk about, then go see no more than dependence in there. Then go try for say to them. If they're not able, then go tell say, yes sir, we feel saying a so we for go bandits. And if it be everybody and most almost if it represent the whole society.
So they come to the end of this interview, but you know go left, you know tell listeners them since you be president and decision making are one way key for any presidency. Inside this past 3 years, you can tell we your toughest decision where you really don't take as president na SALONE.
Well, I'm not going to able to cite a particular one, but on daily basis, we get very difficult decisions for take. We did at the State House, and the decisions that we take, like how just like actions they for move the nation forward, you get for be very circumspect. You get for look at all the angles because you go to look at efficiency, effectiveness. Well, some people they look at region, religion, nepotism, all the other things.
So how they manage expectations then?
Well, your own conscience is what you finally fall to. Then put me there for govern this nation as best as I can. If you and my sister from the same army, if you go do that work the better, I go give you. Because I know say me conscience go sleep say you qualify and not for discriminate against you because you belong, a part of me.
60 years, we're not far from SALONE being 60 years. you 3 years into administration. Wetin are you want to Sierra Leoneans?
Well, of course, we don't waste a lot of time, missed opportunities, a lot of potential. But in the short 3 years, one of the years then taken away by COVID, in which the whole world, and I want to talk about COVID because today COVID they killed thousands of people in places where the health system they are one of the best around the world. We don't able navigate, and we are not out of the woods, but we are safe reasonably. The way we will handle this as a nation with my leadership, it shows say whenever we want to deal with a situation and we are united as a nation, we can able to do them. That is one thing where I want to talk about. Here is a nation which used to be cited for some of the worst things there around the world. Today, it is not. Even the corruption we will not talk about. When independent people, and of all places, the great United States, we will not be the talk say, and not go. Now, then says you don't say, you don't do so well. Your government, a progressive, a liberal, and you dey make effort. We don't begin past from the day when we come, from 49, now now 80 we dey go. So, independent assessment of what we do, they show say that one we dey make progress. And because that institution we then call MCC now then grade we and decide say because we don't show progress, because we don't show good intention for invest in people, we dey give now nothing less than maybe 400 million for free. Nobody, we no one day get that kind of money in this country. That they show say the country they change. Where we dey inside, because we dey inside the problem, we know they see them very well. But the outside observers don't know say better they happen. The one that will be the runaway they go, they don't begin for come back. That I just want to end down on a very optimistic note. Say, SALONE, pauper, it go better, and we don't.
And the elections now 2023, as they left we now at the studio, they promised SALONE people of a free, fair, and credible elections come 2023 because we don't know if we're able to host you back.
Definitely free, fair election, credible election. Now the ideal, and now we all responsibility for make sure say that happen. And I don't always talk the last time we have been in at this studio where they say, oh, violence and this, that. I say, bring one young man no more where they talk, say, Mother Bill, don't give me money, or total pack, or they think the way they drink, for go cause problem. That one day, one day happen, it not go ever happen. But it is my responsibility, it is your responsibility. Why they go knock your company because na APC? Why they go knock your company because na SLPP? So I want to appeal to the whole nation, say, they say go vote, they not say go knock, go throw stone. We for go vote, waiting who that we want for the next presidency. Right. We get for definitely be Julius Madabio.
Thank you very much. What can make you smile or laugh? Because this morning we see you, they smile a lot.
At the response to his smiles.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you so very much, His Excellency. This is a big opportunity where you get to do the more.
Okay, we don't see President Bio this one of in segments them where they ask and question them. And before I pass on to Mr. Shillan, I think he had a missed opportunity. Number one, people were killed. Okay, when people die, now somebody in family, no matter if they have been criminal, you get for extend sympathy to the people that died. No matter waiting at the situation will be happen, it is unfortunately, and you extend sympathy to the people, the family, but he never did that. Because that shows you for being human, mankind, human being, and waiting and call. And in a talk on cohesion, I hope he means this. I hope he sincerely mean say cohesion. But we give excuses for the things that people do that are wrong. Because if not me, when you are in leadership, everything there upon you. You are the person where say, I can take the country to a direction where I feel say we get for go, we go benefit we all, we go better we all. And the uprising of this thing, it takes a thing for a leader for come out and make an address say, we don't call for President Bio from the beginning of violence in Sierra Leone. And now the tension continues to rise. We tell and say, can the media can't talk say this is unacceptable. You are a soldier. Come take charge of your troops. Now you there in charge, and it is failing because people are dying and every life we're lost. Whether good or bad people, they have a life. Not that we make life for later active. As a leader, sets the example, puts the thing out there, says zero tolerance of all that stuff. But we see we police and they misbehave, then they take life out they want. We court system, not they walk right, parliaments, not they ask question. Everybody is just doing. We see minister and they misbehave, and the president continues to keep them minister and they in place. And we can't talk on the issue, but like give Mr. Shillon time quick. Let me just address few things them on the presidency waiting and collect just take a few minutes. Let we come to the issues them where we want to talk on, where we see go out on social media this week. We're very, very troubling and very, very scary. Let we go to Mr. Shillon.
Well, I agree with Ms. Fadima that the president missed an opportunity for address the nation. And I'm very much aware of the president in your awareness that he is president and therefore he gave a look at things in a broader way. The prison issue, the prison killings, he addressed that, but he just skipped over. He said there were attempts by prisoners to escape, but never mentioned what actually ended up prisoners being killed, and who are these specific prisoners. And since then, whether there has been any inquiry as to what led to the assault on the prisoners and who specifically were trying to escape. Because, like Ms. Fadima said, anybody killed, then get relatives. So the person killed, he's dead and gone, but he may be a big loss to him in people, even if in a prisoner. Because the fact that the prisoner or the person a prisoner don't then say he don't get any right. The fact that the person a prisoner don't then say he don't get any loved ones that out there. And so it is wrong for the government. And to this day, as we are talking, very little evidence has been put out there to really back up the cause, let alone the justification to have killed a single prisoner, let alone as many as over 40 prisoners wouldn't say were killed. And we don't want to think that many prisoners tried to escape. And in fact, the media never covered anything concerning attempts by prisoners for escape. So this is a little bit pretty interesting. But that said, the other thing, the president addressed the issue about the generator and the McKinney killing. Well, if people can go back, if they may listen to a long time ago, we put the blame on everyone, even the opposition, because the people were misinformed. But even if the people were misinformed, people have no right to take matters into their hands, because no government should tolerate lawlessness. Because if you accept lawlessness, people acting and becoming vigilantes, taking matters into their hands, then you will get chaos and anarchy, free for all. Because that will be get the last civil war in the country. So it's unfortunate the people in McKinney, we come and confront the army. Some people were killed, which was very unfortunate. That was no justification for lives being lost. And also, I think what the government should have done there, or if not for that incident today, but for the future, the police and the army have to be on more restraint than we are seeing. It looked like for say than just they go about and fire their weapons at will and take lives at will without any accountability. That is not right. And the trouble is, and the president should be mindful of that, the moment when you begin for allow on accountability for misdeeds, the moment where the government allow one, it will begin for multiply. There are rules. When the police and the army are given guns and bullets, they are given these guns and bullets with instructions, in addition to the training we then get, that shoot to kill should be a matter of last resort. And it should be a matter of if the officer then thinks that their lives were threatened. And even if they feel so, when a killing takes place, the government must make it their duty for investigate then killings then they, and for reprimand or punish those responsible if the killings were unjustified or if the shootings were unjustified. Because the trouble is, some of the problem where the government go through now are their own invitation, because another try for preempt the problem. And wait till the problem happen, then the president taking on time for respond to her. By then things have gotten out of hand. People who are bent on breaking the law, they are out there testing authorities. Then go try one thing. If they still say the government not react or not react with adequate force or force commensurate to the lawlessness, then go do more, then go up the game. So the government for understand the fundamentals of governing. So there will always be people who are going to take matters into their hands, and the government need for let them know, say, that is not going to happen under their own watch. So the McKinney incident was unfortunate, and the government itself did not adequately explain to people that this machine we can take now not get nothing to do with electricity we to get. When I get the Bunguna supply, this now for the international airport, the airport which is important to we country, at the gateway to we country. So therefore, it is important. But that said, the extent to which the president addressed that McKinney killing day, I wish he can address the prison killing that way, because far more people were killed in prisons. And to this day, everybody is saying there was no justification for one life being lost in the prison, let alone so many lives. And so these are some of the issues we get for the government get for deal with on time when they happen, not wait till something happen, because you can see these things coming. So I get some more things than for say, but at this point I'll stop. Go back to Ms. Fadima.
Okay.
Because we'll get
Okay,
plenty time.
since we address the increase and the social unrest, now we begin with waiting begin this week here, so where we see we see some students them now IPAM, then Commander Do, then case be then grade, because graduation day we see graduation to them picking their way to work hard, they don't pay boku money for graduate, whatever the reason be, then say they picking them, the youth them, the young ladies and gentlemen, because they're not to picking there again, then go don't pass 18 if you did college, these young people, then they ready for plan them future, and all of a sudden they pull a list and then name no dede, and then question is why we name no dede, because we don't do the exam, we don't pass the exam, we don't pay with school fee, we don't do all this, we don't do that. But then we see on social media where take me to another when I say PTSD, I had a breakdown from watching what I saw, where I see the policeman them coming down, where then dismounting at them vehicle, weapons drawn. This is a little civil arrest of students them. We not get no ammunition, no, we not get no weapon, we not get nothing. They enter the compound, they begin shoot tear gas, shoot bullets, shoot just reckless behavior, and no regard for life, like they're able, like you to go buy life in a shop. And we see a young lady, Miss Bawe, you know, they put under the ground, malhandle them, bruise them all, you know, the picture then they will not go show with the bruise all nine body. And then check in short, come up on them, then put them back in the police, then carry them go with 4 other students. Them they say they don't charge them for civil disobedience or whatever the charges are. And this is, it take me back to 1977, the no college, no school incident when they unleashed a truck of SSU sojaman them Paris, then security guard them Paris, where we been demonstrate, where we join the school picking there all over Freetown, join the college students them for whatever that demand was, marching on to State House. When they open a leech of things that where they kill some people, where some of we wound, where cause a bunch of chaos in Freetown. And these are the things that they do, and they continue to do it. This is 1977, and this is 2020. 2021, they're still doing the same thing. The policemen, they're not learn their lesson. They don't have no training. They don't have no discipline. They are disrespectful to the civilians, where them puts them for guide and waiting and call. And unless we watch the video, them unless we see waiting at the talk, then I go bring Mr. Shilon. I go open the phone lines for let we watch, because there are 2 videos. Then where the one where they dismantle, they dismount, they can down, begin fire, just like they enter war zone. And these are ordinary students where one for do better with their life, but yet you know they don't have the right to stand up and say I disagree, to hold a placard or make a group say we not agree, waiting at the thing we want for where they call. When the police they enter, instead of negotiating and going out and fighting what happened, they came there like weapons drawn in a war zone, ready to shoot and kill with people them. So una listen for una safe, una listen, una watch.
Well, you see, the lady, one of the lady that will be the protest. Una see, now one of the lady that will the protest. Now student, then the student, now student and they be so. You see, now student and they be I pump. Look at now girl picking and excessive force. They use girl picking so. Girl picking, you see, now girl picking and they use excessive force so. Now girl picking, now woman open right. In name not come because of the name not come release. They protest. You say they terrorize and they brutalize them. Do all kinds of people do them. You see, my woman so. My woman so enough here. I pump. You see what they do? Police brutality. Police brutality. You see what they do? Thank God. You see what they do? More police force they come for categorize with the student them. You see, police brutality. Police brutality. Police brutality. You see what they do, the lady? Brutalize them. Police brutality. Excess force. Now they use for the lady, woman for that matter. Armless woman. You know got no weapon. Armless woman. We not got no weapon. You not got no nothing. See what they do? Police brutality. Police brutality. See what they do? Police brutality. Police brutality. Police brutality. See what they do? A student for that matter. Why they disgrace her? Police brutality. Police brutality. Police brutality. Excessive force. Now in the use so.
Good morning, sir. Today today the 13th of April 2020. Today is the 13th, and another day, another beautiful day, another day for make things right. Another day. I get questions, sir. Hope all is well. Tell God thank you. This is not the first day of Ramadan. But President Bio, I'm telling you, in all honesty, sir, you're losing control of your people. You're losing control of the people you push in power. You don't have no control of them. Look, this video, sir. That's a girl picking. That's a woman that is demonstrating for a right. We get right for talk, for waiting at the door. We're wrong. The police went in there. They were demonstrating. The students have a right to demonstrate. They were demonstrating. Guess what did they do? They go and check people begin. Boy, no get under the fed for them. You don't get under the fed for them. You don't get under the fed for them. Who's kind this? You don't get under the fed President Bio, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, sir. Today the today the 13th of April 2020. Today is the 13th, and another day, another beautiful day, another day for make things right. Another day, another day. I get questions, sir. I get questions. Hope all is well. Tell God thank you. This is not the first day of Ramadan. But President Bio, I'm telling you, in all honesty, sir, you're losing control of your people. You're losing control of the people you push in power. You don't have no control of them. Look, this video, sir. That's a girl picking. That's a woman that is demonstrating for a right. Where get right for talk for waiting at the door way wrong. The police went in there. They were demonstrating. The students have a right to demonstrate. They were demonstrating. Guess what did they do? They go they check people begin. Boy, no get out of the fed for them. You don't get out of the fed for them. You don't get out of the fed for them. Who's creating this? You don't get out of the fed. Get out of the fed for them. You don't get who they fight for. Nobody can fight for nobody. This is injustice. This has to stop. This has to stop. Police brutality has to stop. Police brutality has to stop. Your ministers are going out there misbehaving. Look what happened to a doctor today. Because he record something. This have to stop. Sir. It has to stop. How people let go there so? How people let go there so? How people let go there so? How people, how you gonna see them? As leader, you don't allow. There's no security. People don't have no rights. They're taking their rights away from them. How can this be? How can this be, for goodness sakes? How can this be? How can you sit by and watch this? How can you sit down and watch such gross injustice to our people? Hey, boy, how come? How we gonna let this happen? How we gonna allow this to happen? How we gonna constantly allow this to happen? Take a grip, President Bio. Take a grip. Take a grip and take a stand. Take a stand for justice, for goodness sake. Take a stand for justice. There is a God. There is a God. There is a God. Hey, boy. What's going to is every time they see injustice. It hurts for same people picking. They don't go down the fed for them. They don't go team up for them. Hey, boy. Hey, boy, the right still. The right still. The right still is. It is not right. It is not fair. It is not right. It is not fair. We're beginning there and they suffer. Look how they suffer. So things are not going well and they try to make a thing of themselves. If police gonna so police they go like that, they're gonna battlefield with guns drawn, ammunition, and they gone with war weapons. M16s holding those things. This is war weapons. This is assault weapon, and then they go with people them. They regardless, they don't have no discipline, no training, no dignity in what they do. Is it right, sir? Is it right? President Bill, is it right? Is it right? Is it right? Is it right for people picking them? Is it right? You don't fear. You don't fear, boy. You don't fear. You don't fear at all. You don't right. You don't right. Take control. You don't right. Take control. You don't right. 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 And I left your bosom, but you don't right. You don't right. You don't right. I'm just overwhelmed. Seeing these things just make me. It just make me heart the jump. You know, right. You know, right. You don't fear. Well, my people, and that was my raw emotion, and that moment how I felt and listening to it, it gave me goosebumps and tears coming down. But I mean, these are the things that why I do what I do, because I feel for human being. I feel, and we get for speak. We voices get for go to whoever I get for go. And this is a message I sent to President Bio because he has to. He had an opportunity for address the nation, but he never did on violence. He never did on addressing the police brutalities of the people. He never did, and the police just keep doing what they do. This girl now, according to Basita Michael, she's a lawyer in Freetown. Then take them, then five, then charge them with whatever riots, whatever crap, whatever the law waiting and call for. And he said this Monday at 10:30, they don't arraign them today. That day when they arrest them, they carry them, they go arraign them. And then he come back a couple of days ago, 2 days ago, he say on Monday at 10 o'clock or 9:30 or 10:30, they go for appear now court and all that stuff. But this is grossly, I don't know, police brutality, abuse of power. We see the police chief where they're gonna Belgium. I mean, are these people fit for their job? This is just my opinion, and this is how I see it. And we get for call them how we see them. You might not like it, but I get for call them how I see them. And this man here, there was a riot, there was a thing that people then go complain, say these people are trying to make their living. Some other people then go there. There was confusion, there was chaos, there was all kind of stuff. And this police commissioner sits there and talk, say how not thief man then not thief thing there anyway then they sell. Where honest people then they would defend the living. So everything they are corrupt people, they are bad people. But for generalize, this is the police commissioner where then they say then give power to for run with police. This is the thing that when we did with a protest after how many hundreds of years, we still see police brutality and people are coming out to protest against them thing then they. If we do them for another country where we adopt, we for able to team up and call wrong inside Sierra Leone. And this is just me heart sickening. So I pass on because I'm not able for these are the things we talk about. These are the things that they're doing when all right, and people say you all dwell on the negative, but we cannot avoid it. We cannot and go against, because that is the reality, and we get for face them because it is happening. And if we don't and try for cover them and make them better, guess what? It will get worse, and waiting lead to civil war, where we suffer for over 10 years because of this disadvantage, when the advantage when they take from people. So that person to Mr. Shilon and Kutubule will take them from there, because the college students have a right for protest for the things them when they go rights and the thing. But everything with this government is like we don't have right to demonstrate. You cannot stop people. You go push people in the corner for so long, but they will come out, and then one day they go push back. And we pray to God, reach that. But with the talk for let we get the change. So la person to una say una go with waiting una get for this, because
Well,
it is
Professor
very,
Kutubu,
very,
welcome. But
Yes,
let me
thank you
say
very much.
this. I watched the video. Well, let us start from this point. We use the word constitution back home. It's about time with judiciary, meaning the court system, and the attorney general on behalf of the people, and begin for enforce certain things or certain laws, or let me begin for abide by constitutional guidelines. And so what we need for understand here, the Constitution of Sierra Leone give people the right to protest against certain things we then deem to be unfair and unconstitutional or lawless. So now, what that thing I don't understand here, students then demonstrate na IPAM. And for all we know, justifiably so, because the system itself has gotten corrupt. I get a very lengthy article now about IPAM and the practices then they, where this is where I question the commitment and to some degree even the qualification, the fitness of them people who are ministers of certain ministries. Because it is no secret, the Minister of Information must have heard this time and time again, that the way IPAM is being run, particularly for female students, some female students are being forced to have affairs. Some male students are being penalized if they are dating certain students at the professor leg, and all that kind of foolishness there. it will seem to me, if that has become a practice, let alone a common practice, the minister for step forward. Certain rumors must be dealt with, because if you let them fester, then go eventually become reality. So it will seem to me what the minister should have done long ago, before all this demonstration take place, was for even determine if some of these rumors are true. And if so, head should roll, meaning from the top administrator and the rest of those in the administrative body of the college or university where they allow such practices to take place, be fired, because they're not fit for the position. Because girl picking and not get for to go sell them body for get grades. Male students should not be penalized because of who they are dating, the same person where a professor get interested, or because you know bribe a professor. This is outrageous. It's ridiculous. And what kind of educational system is this? Where a student, they expect, say, he will graduate, they expect. In most countries, like Yahweh, you gonna know if you graduate. Not to some final paper they can't be put out there, because the student is being kept up to date as to the subjects them for take, the number of hours, if it lag behind. The effort is always on the part of administration for make sure that students don't lag behind. Not to the other way around, for make sure say students have failed for whatever reason. So that of itself is an indictment to me on the system, where they try to improve. This old system where they get about making a list the last moment for student to graduate, enough for happen, enough for be that way, the student for know in advance. The year before your final year, you for now get a reasonable expectation that you're going to graduate, and it should link up as a surprise the last minute on the last list. And another thing what we need for change, we then bookman there, when a minister will get all them PhD, we want to come up with ideas. You know, we even determine students then graduation based on one final exam. It's ridiculous. Mr. PhDs, una will learn all this book, what then give all them position here. Una for no better. Talk to those who have degrees or qualification in education, in educational administration. Not a degree in physics, in chemistry, in English. That doesn't qualify you people to run a system of education. It's a fact. A PhD alone does not qualify people to hold positions for which they are not fit, they are not trained. Your PhD might do very well in a classroom, teaching people the subject where you get your PhD in. Nobody requires that. Nobody requires the fact that a PhD is a very highly regarded degree. You know, and it takes some degree of intelligence, hard work, and smarts to get it. Having said that, a PhD does not qualify anyone or everyone who has it to do everything. You can't be a jack of all trades. Okay? You can't get a PhD in physics, and then because you get a PhD in physics, you're not Minister of Agriculture. You just not qualify for the position. And this is there are ways them problem can be averted, prevented, avoided. You know, but the appointments are still being done in the wrong way, because they keep putting people, unqualified people, in position they ought not to be in position of. This is not the problem. Now look at that video there. The police officers have to be described as nothing but hoodlums. Remind them, street boys them in uniforms. Their police officers, and they are given license by the government to become criminals. If you notice, go back and look at the video. Even when the Titi, look who's in the Ola, now in West, this is all they're interested in.
Yes.
They're committing sexual assault.
Abuse.
You know, how ridiculous is that? Then the police chief doesn't see any reason to condemn that. Where's the attorney general? Just for societal decency. How come he's not saying anything?
Nothing.
The attorney general doesn't see anything wrong with that. And doesn't the student have the right to protest Now in your campus, what you get for do with police officers if they're not the damage building, they're not the damage property, they're not the set fire on anything? What right do police officers have to come on there and manhandle students, male or female? You know, and the thing we don't get out of control in Australia now, which is strange, and this go way back to Shaka Stephen in term, not to SAPP no more. Now the lawlessness of the police. They will forbid the law enforcers them. Now they are the lawbreakers. This was a practice started by Shaka Stephen and continues to this day. You know, I mean, it is sad because we are not seeing progress on the path. With Sierra Leone police, them, we need more training. They are much too idle. You know, they are looking for something to do. And the government is not giving them much to do. That's why then they get involved in then small incidents there. There's another incident in which a young man by the name of Mr. Kagbo was shot and killed, involving dispute over with another person. We're not getting nothing for do with the police.
We get for come to that, sir. We get for come to that in a
you see, there's so much going on now. It's about time and let me ask this question. And when some of these things are going on, besides with the media, with the complaint, where are the C4Cs? Where are the NGCs? Where are the APCs? They're not saying anything wrong with it. How come they're not saying anything about that? This is not lifting that has to be done by the media alone. That's why the opposition is there. The opposition cannot sit idly by, quiet by, and then expect people to vote for them, you know? So are these things right? For sit down and look, students being manhandled because in the exercise their rights, because you get corrupt college administrators them, where they demand and sex and other things them for qualified students them for get degree or for pass. We have to do better than that. So, Professor, I don't know if you get to say anything.
Professor, you get anything for say about this students case where they on ground because they picking them tomorrow morning at 9:30 or 10:30 or something. Basita said at 9:30 in the morning they have to appear in court for 5 students altogether. They get for go court for where they arrest them for demonstrating at in campus. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, that's what in law we call frivolous arrest. And if they're not dismissed in case, that will be frivolous prosecution. Because the arrest itself is baseless, so I can't see even them trying to prosecute them. You know.
Thank you guys.
And, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you guys. And I'm sorry, I can't. I've been getting some other pressing things, okay. And you guys have been doing well. You know, though, on a very more serious note, SALONE don't become what we call the prehistoric hellhole on the face of the planet. Every day, we see how the logic of lawlessness is being, directed against the citizens then, and where the body politic, what about the body politic, you talk about even the parliamentarians, the administrators and the day-to-day people, them, they are, waiting. Nobody says anything. Nobody says anything, because again, I go back to I want cases to the antecedents of this would be this 2019, 2020, I mean, whatever that constitution will be waiting now. Waiting are already complained about this constitution. Waiting this constitution to make a demigod out of a president. Not to only this man, of a president. Meaning that the same thing where you see with the see now, we see him under an man, we see him. Student was killed in Anjala, or students were killed in Anjala. We see all that here. I mean, the rights of citizens, where me and you know of, where one of the cardinal, rights there, where a constitution give the right for protest in that part of the democratic process for protest. It happen now, we see now, every day there's demonstration now. But what's even more egregious is that none of them police area so where they blatantly and egregiously violate the constitutional rights of the citizens are not held to be, they don't hold it for account. These are the most troubling part of this. Now, me and you, they are able a case, a policeman is stand a case, a trial now for that fellow with them in a kill. Me and you, they
Floyd.
see. In fact, I think the case you don't go to the U.S. and whatever it is.
Yeah.
Nobody holds anybody accountable. So meaning that what you he actually come up with that, we say, well, the government actually they give power, justice, and comfort and solace to the brazen violation of the constitutional rights of citizens. The government say they tolerate it because this is one way this way they browbeat the people them into submission. They create fear in them. And one of the leading politicians in this country belongs say, and I believe say Thomas Jefferson. When you then a situation where the citizens and they fear a government, that not a society that if for me the other way around, that the government for fear the citizens. But on the reverse, that the citizens and they fear the government. We then SALONE be a society where anybody your life will go at any time. Because what the government don't do, they don't empower these unprofessional, properly, untrained so-called law enforcement officers. Then your job now for actually keep the peace, now for safeguard the well-being and the safety of the people. But unfortunately, they don't become the greatest violators of the rights of citizens, where nobody not they hold them accountable. Then you ask, where is the bar association? Because these are things that this when they need it, where you express it, they will come as a corporate body standing for the rights of citizens. But you know they see them, they see the parliament, they call for any hearing, about the spread of violence, where go say they not call the Minister of Internal Affairs, they not call the Inspector General of Police. But see, why are these things that what is wrong? How they go address this? All of them here will not see them. Until SALONE returned for being a society where they thrive on the fundamental edifice of the rule of law, where they guarantee the constitutional liberties of citizens, them, where one such right, that the right for protest, we will continue for be, or with the head for what they call the abyss. So now my own contribution that.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, go ahead,
No,
sir.
I was just going to add, if I may say something quickly to that, like the four ladies, then where they go, when they arraign na court on Monday tomorrow. This is where the problem, the system, law itself, is a little bit awkward because now they say for then they charge them for incitement or whatever. That statute there under which they are being charged, in and of itself, could be violative of the very constitution where the country gets. The statute might be inconsistent with the rights guaranteed by the constitution, and the constitution in your right, in your power supreme. Statute, oh, playing me.
Okay, I just want we they can't take caller them. Caller them
Okay,
here
but
now. Hold on for me
we
one
noticed that
second.
the whole conversation
Okay,
line
what is
kicked back.
going on with the
Yeah,
what is
but go
going on?
ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
getting feedback. Yeah. Okay, I just want I give caller then chance for caller. When I just give me a few. Why am I repeating? Okay, are we fixed now? Somebody check themselves, please, because I think we're having feedback. And okay, I think we're clear now. Okay, I go give the caller then chance because this is the voice of. I am hearing myself. Can somebody fix this for us so we not go get feedback? Yeah. What is going on over there? Okay, me people there, we don't come back. Sorry for the slight technical difficulty. We're gonna get feedback and all that stuff. But before we take the caller them, we know say caller them day and una voice of salon like I always say, I want for address a viewer here. I thank you for always coming in to watch in this show here. So this man named James King. James King say, I don't know which planet some of the hypocrite Sierra Leoneans are from. Anytime that something happens in the country, president should be blamed. I don't know why the head of police, what the head of police is for. Those are crocodile tears. I think I once say, but he say years. That's me. He say when the police killed Floyd, Mr. Floyd, was the president of America blamed because of because the police killed him? You are not calling it the way you saw it. You just don't like Bill and his government. You always talk as if other people can't think wisely. Mr. King, sir, Mr. James King, my brother, I just want to give you small thing. Okay, President Bio is the president of Sierra Leone. He's the leader of Sierra Leone. Now the president be appoints the police commissioner. Now the president be appoint the minister, just like it pleases the president. Therefore, it pleases the president for hire them, or it pleases the president for dismiss them of their jobs. And now the president get for show leadership. No, George Floyd, they're not a call on the president. The here they have states in America. I don't know how you there, if not England or whatever. But if you are in America, you know that America is the United States of America. They have states, and the governors are in charge of the state. They have an overall, which is the federal government. But the governors of the states are responsible for the state. And with governors then come out, we see the commissioner of the what they call, we see the prosecutor, we see all the people that were in charge of that state, they come out and condemn the thing of the so that's what you do. You come out and you condemn this so that it not going to continue for happen again. But because of the silence of a president, nobody, you say I hate President Bill. Why? What reason do I have to hate President Bill or not like President Bill? What in President Bill they do for me? I don't live in Sierra Leone. I've lived in America almost more than I've lived in Sierra Leone. Okay, I am doing fine for myself. I don't want nothing of whatever. I am a retired. Okay, I get me check every month. It is coming. I'm not gonna put up almost as they say, but if you want in private, I will tell you and make I show you almost a card na me account every month for me retirement from the military. Okay, medical retirement from the military. Let you see what in they can inside it. Let you see what they get from social security. I don't have to sit here. I don't hate President Bill. I want let President Bill win because what he do, we self one go back in a free talk. We want let we grand picking and go it's the same dirty. But the silence of President Bill is troubling. Okay, when they are doing these things, okay, when your silence become like part of like you are supporting this thing, because President Biobi don't make a comment before say I don't have to say nothing, but I expect me supporter them for say things. Okay, what does that say? I don't hate President Bio. I don't have nothing to hate. I got people there where they inside President Bio in government, where they not SLPP, when I'm a people then. Why should I hate them? What is the reason why I for hate them? What is the reason? I don't have any reason to hate. I sit here with love for my country. I sit here with love for humanity. That's why I speak. Because the injustice is too much. You know, I talk again from 1977, there was injustice to us, the students. And then again, 2000, and the same thing, we are not progressing. So for you for call me a hypocrite and for say why President Bill? Yes, because he is the leader. And when you are in leadership and you speak out, people tend to listen to you. When you are silent means it's okay to go ahead and do this. The parliament, we don't call our parliament, say they're useless, they're not doing anything. We have called out the opposition. But my plea was, at that moment, I spoke to my president of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Let it do something about the injustice. Let it stand for justice. Let it stand for the truth. Let it call wrong for once. I have the right to do it as a Sierra Leone. I don't sit here arrogantly. It is your perception, how you see it, Mr. Jones, or whatever, Mr. King, how you see it.
King.
I cannot take that away from you. But if God been they open people a heart, let people and see what's in there inside there. The world go see what's in there in my heart for Sierra Leone. So I don't have to argue, but I have to answer this. Calling us hypocrite, there's nothing to be hypocritical about. I don't have to do this. I'm not getting paid for this. I do it for free. Every Sunday I could be with my grandson doing other stuff. Go restaurant, go sit down, eat or run with me grandpikin and whatever. But I sit here to advocate for people's rights, for humans' rights, so that there will be a change we all want to see. So that we go able to live in the Sierra Leone. We cannot all be together. We cannot all see the same. But we can be able to respect one another the right without trampling on another, accommodate one another, because there's power in diversity. So let we go to the caller then, please. I hope say I answer you, Mr. King, Mr. Jones or whatever, Mr. King. Yeah, I hope say I answer you, because that is the thing I want to say. So let we go to the caller them. Una good evening, una thank you for joining the show. This is VOS. You what's in your name and who side you call from, please? Hello, caller. What's in your name? Who side you call from? Okay, we tend for get problem with that again too. Okay, let we go to the panelists. Putubu, Mr. Shilon, Onadoyeri, waiting this caller, this viewer, right? Because he say we are here. We hypocrites, me they make hypocrites at the shed crocodile tear. Whoever saw that and don't feel for humanity, then I pray let God visit you today. Let you get enlightenment for feel, because we are being a society. We don't call. We not get love. We not get heart for humanity. They say people then money then things. Money people first. People for make people they able to live the maximum potentials of life. We get for create the environment. President of America not talk because in Donald Trump, because he not address, because he not apologize. You see how them pull on the power. One time president might be because he been there. They give people a free word. They talk how they want. They make people and they do what in them feel for do. But then they are governors that do those things. So that person to take the call of them, take the phone call already back,
Okay,
and
let me
let me
just
go
say
on
this.
again. Anything for talk.
Let me just say this. Addressing Mr. King, again, if I there or any part of the world, if I understand how America they operate, first of all, the police system is under the city government. Now America, now this country, every city get their own police. and then the police chief, they're under the management of the town manager. The town manager, they're under the management of the mayor. So since inside the Floyd situation, if I understand, say, the way Sierra Leone is run, not to say, yeah, they run. But when Floyd was killed, the police chief lost his job. Have we seen that happen? If you want to compare, you want to make comparison. Okay, then the mayor, who is the boss, who normally is the spokesperson, who steps forward, but when I'm police force in every city, every time police shooting has occurred, the first thing the mayor does, well, the first reaction is the police chief or his spokesperson for the police force, wherever this Mr. King Day. So let you understand the workings of government abroad, where we make comparison. When there is a police shooting, the police puts out a spokesperson or the police chief comes forward and addresses the public. That's one. We don't see that happen in Australia. The police, they don't get spokesperson. The police chief never says anything. The police chief is never fired. And the mayor always steps forward and addresses the issue at hand to start with. So, two, I guess, insensitivity may lead to a civil war. When people they can court people in hand, obviously to some people, maybe like the Mr. King type, those who were feeling sorry for those whose hands were being caught, and crocodile tears them in the shed because it happened to their own loved ones. So anybody who will see that video there, you don't see anything wrong with that. Anybody who will see that video there working right, will send this message, and not see anything wrong with the Chichi being violated by the police. And Mr. King, if you don't see anything wrong with a student having the right to demonstrate in your own campus, then I clearly understand your value system. And you transmit that to mean people not like the president. What does like or dislike got to do with the president? They talk about governance. Now, yeah, what does it matter if it was Anis Kuruma? So, Mr. King, you are saying if this same behavior happened under Anis Kuruma in government, you will have been in favor, not so? Which I doubt. So, but hey, I mean, we get different views, so it's okay. That's how you feel. So people who have sympathy, who have empathy, who have a heart, now people who shed crocodile tears, they're hypocrites. You are entitled to that opinion there. You know, when a student is beaten up, a female student, manhandled, sexually assaulted, now crocodile tears, well, that's your value system. So you're welcome to your opinion.
Professor, anything for say before we open the line? The lines are open. Okay.
You guys, don't cover everything. Seriously.
The
you want
phone lines are open.
In the line.
Go ahead, sir.
No, I know if you want dignify in comment with the response.
Okay. The phone lines are open, people. The phone number, the toll-free number now 1-866-944-7722. 1-866-944-7722. The UK number now +44 203 293 239 9581. And again, the UK number now +44 203 239 9581. The Australian number now +61 280-064-352. Again, the number na 61-280-064-352. Okay, and then the WhatsApp number na +1-343-997-5828. Again, 1-343-997-5828. Now the WhatsApp number. Una go forgive me because number one, I don't get glasses. Number two, me not dyslexic. So the number then can mix up for me. So caller, good evening. What's your name? Good afternoon. Good morning. What's in your name, please, and who side they call we from? Hello, caller. Good evening. What's in your name and who side they call we from, please? Okay, I think we still they get a problem. They say they don't. They be send we message say they don't fix some, but we are having problem. Well, while we wait for the caller, let we go to the second thing. Let we go to the doctor in issue. The doctor in issue. Yes, yes. Good evening, caller. What's in your name? Yes, we can hear you,
Yeah,
caller. Good
yeah,
evening. What's your name? Who's the call
yeah.
from?
My name Peter Tommy. I call from
Yes, Mr.
Arizona.
Okay, sir. Go ahead, please. Waiting on your
Hello.
take on today, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead. With a you,
I
you
just
on
want for
live.
I just want to tell when I thank you for the program. We una the try for trip for Sierra Leone, but I want again make una try for do one thing for we. Not to just some three bad 9 viewers for get gang for explain to the world. You know, make we try for do things that we feel say this government they do way positive. People that we don't get so much idea on social media, they'll not ever come up now and it's by Kuma in 10 to 11 years we spend at that country day. President Bio they do 11 best, they're not perfect. The ministers the way he point, they're not perfect. Just like the same country we find ourselves in America, we don't see but people in there they don't get problem with responsibility where they give and they're able to perform well. The same thing in Africa. A lot of people in there where they in Africa, where that president they don't believe in them, he don't give a job. So now they do well. But the president not going to see all. But at least where they are the diaspora, if we want to help the government, if not to bias, if not to just out of hypocrisy, we belong to we political parties, they would make like we not just patriot Sierra Leoneans. Now time for make we go they showcase some of the good things. Not country not the 100% good. Even the Rwanda where people they talk for, the Kenya, they have their own lapses. But people don't take politics so personal, you know, everybody will come in one for come, same way, tomorrow way, the opposition party come, they able not say, maybe they play rules. We all know, una all na there and that. Nobody know they will not belong to political party. Some people now the two na come
Are you
group
really
them,
sure?
you know. Una more land for go they say something good. I'm coming, Miss Fatima. More land for go they talk the good about the government. But VLS always to the same one get. Now from some way up we not correct way people na social media. Una they put her na news. Now that una dey for, especially you and Matida Cole. And you not fight for that country. If you say like the country, okay, you not spend long time as SALONE. You not spend too much time as Sierra Leone. Half of your life now overseas. So one of the best contributions you go give now for sell the country in a positive way. Not to all time we go for talk bad about this government. This government not they control this. Not to anything they happen whether they say that Joe Biden responsible for. It's human being like any one of us. Sometimes if you get a young way for help the government, go to the seed, go make something different. But not to for more job would they then social media would they dent one political party because of individual differences or selfishness. Once again, me na hand over to me. I call from Arizona. Thank you.
Mr. Tommy, please don't hang up. Let we get a discussion, me and you, for a second. Because you accuse me of something that you're not sure of. You're just guessing because that's subjective. That's your opinion. You say me belong to a party. I have never in my life belonged to a party. When I grow up, let me tell you this. When I was growing up, me people in a SLPP. Me grandpa, me granny, me people there, me mama, they all na SLPP. Even to today, they are SLPP people. Me mama na SLPP, na mother be a vote for. I have people there that I am related to where they inside SLPP. Okay? But when we see something, that is the difference from when I was a little girl. The difference with me, when I see something is wrong, I ask questions. I ask question, why for be so? This is not fair. That is the same lens I'm looking at things, okay? When President Bio do good things, we praise him. But when the things of the country are not, we cannot ignore in the thing of selling the country as good, and then we address the thing, and the problem is there, and the people are suffering. We cannot continue because that is hypocrite. That's not being true to myself and to my people. Okay, we cannot be singing the praises of things that don't even look good as though they look good. That is my point here. Me not sabi, I not sabi make hypocrite. I not sabi make, I can tell you, but I can tell you in a nice way for that not hurt you. But I go tell you if you do wrong. I will tell you when the things are going on, because it takes people, it takes courage for stand out and say, no, this thing is not right. We have to fix it. Why do you think Salone don't go how we go so? Because we sit down from time immemorial, from the beginning of time. We sit down, they dress and fine, put lipstick on pig, they make them fine, like for say fine, fine. If you're not fine, fine. And we get for come back to the table and try for see how we go fix them for let it fine. And not go find all the time. But most of the time, if we find where the people are going to get them basic necessities of life. Okay? I don't have nothing against President Bio. No meet up no side. I no sabi, I no sabi me. Okay? I don't know him, don't know me. But at the same time, we have to call it like it is. When things are wrong, we're going to call them wrong. When things are right, we're going to call them right. So it's not about President Bio here. It's about Sierra Leone force to me. Okay? So me, in me heart and me conscience, and while they don't a net, I know I pray to a God. I serve a God. There's something greater than all of us. That way go come back. The karma will come back to me because I want a better Sierra Leone. I want to Sierra Leone when me grandpa King go sabi. Before I die, I carry me grandpa King go there. Where go able to eat the dirty what they eat. That's why I talk. Because I know the Sierra Leone that I left behind. And the Sierra Leone now is not the Sierra Leone that I left behind. So that's why I talk. So no can tell we say, okay, you don't hang up, Mr. Tommy, but it is fine. It is well. It is well. Because I don't have to defend myself to you. I speak and you get you right. This is your view, my view. We're trying to meet in the middle for you understand we say. So I hope you understand me a little bit. For tell me say I belong to a party. I've never even voted in Sierra Leone. This is the first time in my life I come out on social media because the way the elections was going in 2017, 2018, now then they make, and I call me because I put videos out there, I put audios out there that are the talk on things that are happening. And you don't sit on here if you been a follow, go back to tapes in 2 years back, go back 3 years back, go listen to tape there, what we've been talk of the past government. So it is not that we sit, but this is the era where social media don't take speed. The world don't small because we see everything that happens. We see them. As it happens, so it then on social media. And that's what we see. Even in America, na bad news they sell, past good news. Now we go to the next caller because while the country better. So we go talk some time. Let's go to the caller then, please. Good evening, caller. Waiting at your name, where you call from?
Thank you, Naol. I'm Aisata. I call from Canada.
Yes, Miss Aisata, go ahead, my sister. What do you have to add to this?
Okay, I want to say thank you to everybody on the panel and everybody who they listen. So me, na Sierra Leonean as well. I get US citizenship, I get Canadian residency. Just as you talk, Miss Fadima, but cool people and then abroad where they're really comfortable na ya. But let we all put we Salone hat back on. Then say home, there is no place like home. Anybody we born at Salone, no matter how successful you be out of Salone, you really want to go back na Salone and make a better life for yourself and your family. Not to everybody who come inside Salone. Everybody where they listen, now we all stop this emotional, blackmail we can do to each other. Me, I feel say as peaceful citizens them, first of all, bad news, they make more headlines than good news. I want to answer this last caller first. For say where a government do good, they're not in echo and too much. Okay, most times if you say something good, it's fine. But sometimes and then they make headlines where they go fast now where something bad happen. For me, this particular video where me see where they maltreat that lady, make we all members say we get mama them, we get sister them, we get grandma them, we get wives them, any nation will treat a woman then with respect. You not only get respect in return, but then get blessing. Today, now you come in Pekin, now you come in mama, now you come in sister. Tomorrow it can be you. Make all mama and team up and side by the other woman with them disgrace this way and tell the man and say it's enough. Whether school or no school. Somebody get right for protest as long as you do it peacefully. It didn't start with constitution. If you know they safe, common sense teach we for say we for respect woman them. If you come as a police for can arrest somebody, whether I get weapon or not, una boku una don't overpower already. Of which essence it be for sharing close spanner. This not common sense for tell we say no more now. You just want to take advantage of somebody. This not talk them behavior. This not to police them behaviors than this.
Exactly.
It not mean say bad people they're not everywhere. USO, any sign at the wall, whether na third world country or whether na developed country or whether na developing country, it no matter we get bad people then. The difference is for George Floyd business, so that man person they ask, when it happened, the decent people there, not to just in South America, but all over the world, they stand by that family, they for say no to this kind of behavior. It not get for do with $20 bill, but it get for do with the fact that you kneel on you can't be human being in neck. Not to goat in neck. Even if you not goat in neck, not to so then they slaughter them. So now the decency of people them, now in this kind of thing they bring out. Not about politics. When somebody can you begin behave then kind way for bring politics inside sensitive issue like this, it's just they tell who that you be. If say VOS not they talk something good about this government, for the fact say this lady they maltreat and this way, now that they force we for sight. For say this is wrong. And I hope the first lady self in the watch, you na woman. Would that day to the president, close to the president, we all na woman them. Would that then be opposition? Even by Kuruma, we know they right now, sister Sia, we all na woman there. Let we all stand up to this and say no. Man enough for treat with that way. If una come for arrest, una do a peaceful arrest and take and go. So which difference it make for pulling close or left in close spanner? Which difference it make? So today, if we not begin for team up by each other, tomorrow again for be another woman they pass na street man come away kicking ways. One of facing at this lady first you start pan, that's where they end. I can attest to this for say, do you want to give me 1 minute? Now airport, I travel on the 8th. It look like say this, it don't become something where embedded inside with police, then it seems like say they never get reprimanded. And everybody get for open eye, no matter what party you did. On the 8th at the camp, na airport, same thing. I reach na this port, na this post. We say they show you document for pass. I encounter somebody with this police, a tall, dark, ageable man. Now then 3 been there. One light skinned lady with the 2. Then seller will pay money at the place. I would don't pay the 10,000 euros, the taxi don't pass. So me know for say the seller we can't, but the artist say was the I can't like something happened. I can't know with my niece. So he said, "What they travel? I identify myself." So he said, "My niece not go pass." I said, "But yeah, beg let it pass because I go back in. Like if they load left, anything where I not going for care, go the picking go bring and come back. Or if vow he say no, it not go happen." So they even show me one post who say then get law greet or whether not for enter. I said, "But what kind of law this?" So if it's somebody they travel, they enter inside. Not over say they go inside the terminal, just the compound. So if you get something for return now. Oh, then give me hell of a time. But waiting that other man say, "In go deal with me." After when me ask and say, "How about the other people the way you allow for pass inside the other motorcar? Now they all travel? Or now the one that way take them off." So let somebody of that caliber tell me for say, "In go deal with me." Me not to you 10-year-old picking at your house. You not authority where you sit on and we get away. We're supposed to be intelligent enough. Get that charisma enough. Get that kind of temperament for a host people the way they come inside the country and exit the country. If you can talk to me in broad daylight like this, did tell me that man they going to and me look me say, if now we two no more to God, he go slap me. But what thing can happen? The only thing will save me because if I'm in Timaba, they talk boku, the taxi driver not sabi am. If I'm in care go all my particulars out me money. I actually left and I go with them. In fact, he tell me the pikin not go even team up themselves. So when me left, he tell the pikin, when we come out abroad, when we come, we not even left for beg people left for do something for them because of that question I asked them. Okay, so already see me they come, he see the abroad team for me. So already don't already pre-program in mind. So this had the police that we have. I think I said you're waiting, but on the 8th, between 2 o'clock to 6:30, those people that we are standing there, they're not fit for them at we airport. They're not fit for work day. Because this is not the gateway of the country. If you dey enter, you need to get a good impression. If you dey left, you're supposed to get good impression. So this tell me the police they're not getting respect for women them anymore. So please, now me go end. Make we stop this political game. Everybody, if it's somebody still do bad, Lord will talk that bad day first. So waiting that person say, Lord will raise money for bring lawyer and can sometimes for begin sue. Maybe the head of the police or the people that are caught on the camera, some of them here go begin for stop. But if they not get any accountability, then go continue. And this will bring war. We don't need that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Ms. Karima, please,
sorry,
before you take another call, let her just but what in this woman just say, because it is very important. She has addressed the issue very well. And don't forget to say, earlier, in my earlier comment, in fact, I state categorically, say the conduct of the police, as it is now, go way back to Shaka Stephen in term. Maybe Mr. King not be listening. So we not even try for blame. Nor did we say President Bio was responsible. We didn't say that. We say the police chief, the need for train the police, but we go way back. But you see, if you see politics in everything where people and they talk, now that you go here, you know go here, they comment to people and they make. We did not say this na anything new in Sierra Leone police. The lawlessness go way back. It happened in the Nkrumah era, it happened in Shaka Stephen era. So Mr. King, just in case, and I think Mr. King also to say, you not dispute the fact that this is bad. To me, you understand Mr. King to say, but it's bad, but beyond I'm a man. So not talk about the bad thing, then talk about the good things the way to do. So you not say what you would condemn wrong or not correct. But in your thing is, since in the support this president, so therefore, we for not for talk about that. And then you see, they say, as a man thinketh, so is he. In things say, because everything look political to him, so to we, everything is political. I don't support any political party in Australian. I have very little regard for the parties them, because I think say all of them are up to no good. They are not doing anything in the interest of the people. So, Mr. King, you understand that just because you support one political party, you don't say we're on VOS because we get political view. We not get political aspiration. We're not supporting the political party. We not think say wrong. They come in the color of SFPP or APC. Wrong is wrong. Wrong now one color gets. That's the truth. Just like lies. Just like evil. So I think you understand that. But if you say you not see anything wrong in the way they treat the young woman, or even if you see something wrong because it happened under the BO government, we should stop that, not say anything, well, more power to you. Last but not least, you say we not they amplify the good things them. But what would they encourage people in this show for do? Now for make contribution, not for just criticize the guy they accuse we. Now, since you say we not they show the good things them, I wish you can call back and tell with the good things then what you want, they will bring out, what will not bring out. So they will miss some. So now that the whole idea now. Una way they call, come up with ideas, not for just condemn. So if you, Mr. King, you get a list of wonderful things then where the president government will do, what will not bring out, please call we. We will be more than happy for broadcast that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Caller, good evening. Name please and who side they call we from? Hello, caller, good evening. What's in your name? Who side they call we from, please?
Yes, I'm married the call from
there.
Okay.
Okay, I guess
you see now the problem this we get now that account we get a lot of cyberbullying where they go on. When somebody can media try for talk waiting at the reality, there is a particular cause of distractions. They come against you just for let them kill you spirit. Now, I hope una they get me clear.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Hello? Okay. Now,
Yes, go ahead. We'll get you.
This man they call say we know the one thing about lackness, you know they force lackness into people them truth. Lackness not way for fall naturally. And there is nothing where this government don't do where a bad or not the way it don't do what is good, where we get against. What we dey talk now police brutality, the lawlessness of the police. The same thing will happen in the time of Ines by Chroma in time. If SA people at that time be there in position when they go tear gas in at the party office, they cry for police brutality. And often they will feel offended where people they cry for police brutality now. This is not the problem. This problem is a systemic problem. In order to do with SLPP, neither I get to do with LPC. The question will follow the acts. Now, would they recommend for recruitment where you can come for recruiting police? Now, I make one funny thing. One serious example to Nakena. Me, Akenema Akomot. We get one boy in Akenema way now one of the troublesome boys in Akenema. Nobody knows Sabila boy. In fact, one during Ernest by Chroma in time, they be one notorious diamond man who they call Mame Baki right now as they talk to them at Pademba Road. Where that man they one of the border Bidandi. When they put that man at Pademba Road, that bobo they take mic. They go compound to compound advocate for SLPP. Asabia very well I'm schoolmate. Compound to compound advocate for SLPP. A chief man we came about today you go everybody Sabia. But as so to God Antifadima, as I tell you so, now police now OSD, somebody will stop SS2, even the chief now an OSD right now, and not ordinary OSD, it is part of the government in convoy, state convoy. So if you don't people in the pull trigger, you go say not talk about that. Now the human rights organization they come with a count just within 3 years. Now 53 people, law enforcement officers who don't kill in that country within 3 years. I want okay, tell me now what you go for praise. When 53 people don't die. That alone don't do for declare state of emergency within the law against lawlessness within the forces. So when person they talk that when somebody they can media they try to put things in place, follow everything in place. You get some party people away they try to steal a program from an ordinary civil discussion to political issues. So look, what will they talk? Una just continue to una this is the camp. The topic una hold this is the camp. But let this not pull una out. Una day una just focus on what una the pam. That this same distraction, that Mr. King distraction, una go get maybe 2 or 3. But this is not to SFPP, not to APC. This will be talk about police. If you not solve the police issue now, the talk about SFPP day, it go that same problem you get for candidate APC day. And that's so the problem will repeat itself. We only glad right now that they pull money for go spend independent 60 years of independence. 30 days we get see things the way done the happen 30 years ago. 30 days we still see them. Now 60 years we can't take sway. If na pikin Antifadima, you were the talk on a grand pikin, you were the talk about the grand pikin for women. Just imagine if in 60 years na be mortal man. Like you don't get great grand pikin.
Yeah.
When we they talk, you get some particular people away where they get that kind of sorry for talk. I don't know that man which type of education, which type of Western education you get. Well, you know they see things with the eye. Who they on a time killer give people other way. Let them talk. No, thank you.
Look, she's talking. We're not hearing anything.
Yeah, but it's should have gone on too long. Okay, caller, good evening. Yeah, Thank you, thank you. I say I know I've been mute myself for a second there. Yeah, I say thank you so much to the previous caller. Mission here is Sierra Leone. We're gonna have them, and but once in a while we get to address them, make them understand, make them see. You know, sometimes I do ignore them, but sometimes I have to, you know, say something. It's not like, you know, we get for say something for let you see who side they come or let yourself understand who side they come from, you know. But we're not gonna stop because the mission here is Sierra Leone. For a better Sierra Leone, we all go Allah, we all go talk, because they say one voice can change a room, one room can change a town, one town can change a nation, and that then at the mission we all depend. The president say we up and fet, we all the team up, we all the talk for the injustice and all the stuff that we no rights as Salone for late Salone, because in slogan is power pass Salone go better. We say at all costs Salone must better, and I make we all sit on here. They point out what in the president not they see. So let we go to the other person, the caller, please. Caller, good evening. What's in your name? And who side they call we from? Yes,
Hello, Miss
caller, go
Fadima.
ahead,
This
please.
is Harun Zubairo.
Yes, Mr. Arun, go ahead, my
Fadima.
brother. What do you have for us?
Yes,
Yes,
I
please.
was emotional with you, your audio, and thank you for your service to your country and also the United States for which you don't do. Sharon,
Thank you
thank you
so
for everything you do. You know, an inspiration to we all necessarily. But let me think about this president. Okay, we celebrate and we win the election. We're glad we go bring some of the women them. Now, I don't forget the country. We bring our children. Thank you for that. But we get 48 people who then kill them, Pademba Road. These are people that are union them. We get people who then kill them, McKinney. We get Tombo.
Yeah.
We get Man 91. Now we get them, they constantly they kill, we picking them, we brother them, we sister them. They humiliate not only a mayor, but also women them, students them. Now we continue. Waiting from we will celebrate about Madapio. Unemployment today for the young people they kill, now 70 under 35, now 70% unemployment. The school where it say they try for make people and go school, it spend $1.1 billion. Still they fail. We environment and then go to the court in our country. People global warming they affect the world today. Mr. Madabio keep them because even though they stand up for that, it stop. The water system today is still the same. People are still they die out of malaria. 40% of the 2-year-old beginning they die due to malaria. Now today corruption is at its best. Mr. Madabio, no, what in they do? $144 billion loans now in the first year when Mr. Madabio take over the country. What you go for praise about this country the second year, they thief 177 billion loans. What we for praise about this man? When they thief 92 billion loans. From the coronavirus money. When the doctor they ask for 12 weeks, they're not able to pay them the money. What we for praise about this man? When they send $15 million lost from Mrs. Marabio. What we the praise about this man? But Lawyer Shilon, you ask a very good question. What in all the political parties that they do? Me they ask, say, we will believe in we country. Let me go ahead and ask for protest against these people all over the country, all over the world. Make we begin take actions now. Marabia is incompetent by every front. This is not about politics. This is about country. Like you and Miss Fadima, yes, with a bleed. Yes, with a cry. When they destroy, we begin them. My name is Arun Zubairo. God bless we all.
Okay, that is the voice of Mr. Arun Oluwole Zubairo, a medical practitioner, a network administrator, and import and exporter, and a philanthropist in voice, then a social media. And this is the voice of Sierra Leone, a platform where every Sierra Leonean get right for can talk within their mind. So let me go to the next caller, please. Good evening, caller. What's your name? Call we from.
Hello.
You can turn down you set sir because with the hear you.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Well,
Go ahead.
they listen to the program. First of all, I tell you, thank you for your time, your energy, your use for make sure say, promote salon interest, that I find thing and the only thing is, when I watch that video about that palm,
students. The video look bad, though I don't know the depth story behind them. But one thing where they observe the journalists them in and out of SALONE, they investigate issues them first before they put them out there. One incident will happen at Hastings. I'm sure we'll go address them pretty soon. There's a lot of false information going on around it. First of all, the individual we deceased now, back sometime last year, then they advise them to land ministry, say, enough of another land, the Douglas family own the land. So that land, they basically, now that's big amount of land in Hastings, we owned by the Douglas family. What thing happened is, so many people they encroach on land problem whatsoever, so the family decide for pass the land to a lawyer, for the lawyer, they give the transactions them, whatever they want with the land, dispute them. So the lawyer be end of force for sell a little piece of land to one of the police officer. Last week, the police officer we did they try for the market the land. This same individual, we land minister, we don't already tell say that land is not saying you enough go there, go there. Whatever happened, we don't know. Starts for more, he die. What did they do? The man and his family members them, they gang up against this woman because the owner of the land are police and go in house, born in house, loot am, born in Peking house, loot am. This weekend says what did they do? They saw a in house and go loot am. They say they born am because to them they say
Do you,
that
my
mommy.
brother? Do you have pictures? Do you have pictures to those things the way they tell we so? Because if them born the
Yes,
host,
yes.
we not see them on social media. Do you have
Okay, good. I come there. So
Okay.
they do all anything and they I will show you photos. They will get photos of that. So basically, then they accuse say this
Well, send
policeman
an we
me,
WhatsApp
this land or this man in hand.
so we go.
They don't go take this land or this man in hand. They don't call another police. They don't go kill him. They all over the social media. So that emboldened the people then for even today for go on a rampage. Then go open in the son-in-law house, loot them. They say that they burn them down. All that information are out there. So sometimes when information meets journalists them in and out of SALONE, when I do investigations, Manabio is the president. Yes, is liable for issues that happen in the country. You yourself as a journalist, you are liable to make sure you get the correct information because anything you put out there, it will go far and beyond. It will cause more issues.
Of course.
So when I listen to the program today, just the one way I sabi, it will make, I know say, plenty things they happen where the journalists they never really investigate. They just take them out of proportion and it's out there. That's all I love to contribute today.
Okay, but the video, my brother, let we go to that video there because this now interesting thing where this caller you don't put out there because we hear the sister of this man and then we see a video. There was no riot, there was no burning. The policeman then they argue. Next thing we know, we hear gunshots, and then they say this bobo don't die, this guy don't die, because we not see this is the land, we not see no whatever. And when I play the video for the way they call because all we hear, they don't take me phone, they don't take me phone. Let them give me my phone, would I get your phone? Next thing you hear pow pow pow, they shoot. Okay. This is the reckless behavior where we they talk about for the police them. So you don't give your story, but I go make them play the sister in your audio where it give in your report of what is happening. And you don't give your own. I hope so. You go send we through the WhatsApp. Let we get you your own side of the story. Send us the pictures. Send us the thing then because if me then can't talk about me on social media like that, me say social media and I they go faster than anything. I will put my own information out there so that they will see me on side of the story. So we thank you for bringing your side of the story. But let we play this audio quick since time they almost done Pawi. Let we play this audio yeah, so where this young man get killed because of land issue because we know say for the longest time that they take people the land where belong to them, then they go give to other people and they buy people the land from the lawyers to the surveyors to the caretakers. They all came there undercover them backward thing the way that they do where the land problem are free on a boy picking right now. So we're not play this video quick and then we'll play the sister in yon. And let we see. We're not gonna show the graphic video of the shooting where the person shoot, but we hear the gunshots them. Let we go quick with that, please.
Who the fuck Message. Riot then at Hastings. Then kill me brother na Hastings for we land when we get on. Yes, Miss Douglas na ASP na SALONE police force. He left one after we then come na Hastings for land papa that left for we. Now man they fast in the land they say we win the case, we get the land. This morning he sent person for go shoot brother then kill them. Na Hastings there. 2 gunshots na foot. But the time when they reach to na church comes hospital na the body. He don't reach na church comes hospital then kill them. You know do right now they tell you but so Hastings police then they me we us and they hear the gunshots them. And they hear the gunshot inside our compound. Then they all say to me. Now gunshots in the fire so now we us inside Hastings. Now so the country don't they now. That's what the country don't they now. Then they take property then the people there and then they use their offices there. Because you're not police, then kill trucks of police then go they fire inside we own compound right now na Hastings. We dey hear the gunshot inside Hastings now people they us. Live bullets. Now this they happen na Hastings right now. Now this they happen na Hastings right now. Yeah, so they said the youths don't take back the streets. Said they don't kill one pan their own. They don't kill one pan their own. Oh, the police they don't kill me, brother. Oh, for second they don't post with the back na police. Now so they walk on the body. You don't know if we circulate this message so right now. Team Cabo, who say you there? They don't kill you, brother. Team Cabo, MIV radio, who say you there? They don't kill you, brother. Alpha Cabo, they don't kill you, brother. Na ST so.
That was the voice of the sister. That was the voice of the sister. And this last caller, I forget what in her name, and all right and done, but in the tell we own side of the story. But what we saw was a thing over there. There was no riot after the fact. The sister say after the fact. The people in our Hastings, they don't come on a door. The young baba, they don't come on a door. And yes, I saw. I remember saying now I see a video where they say I think I don't know if we go able to get that video when they say the bomb come out to the school, they don't kill one of their own, the police they don't kill one of their own, brother them and they don't comrade them and they don't party them. So therefore, they took to the streets, they take matters into their own because to take matters into your own is nothing, but there are some times in life when you do what you get for do the moment of heat, the moment of thing, which is not recommended, but sometimes it's understandable why people do what they do, and then come out there say nobody know they were the fed for them. Everything where they happen, police don't kill people, them they don't do all kinds of things above case. So why not? So I guess maybe we don't know. But this caller don't get your own side, and this not the sister your own side. Mr. Shilon, as a lawyer, sir, you don't see the whatever That the one person you side say they want the baby don't win the case, but then the sister say then don't win the case in a court. This other person now call we say this other the Douglas they don't win the case in a court. So what is going on with this kind of problem in Sierra Leone? What is going on? What is going on with this unrest? Whoa, people they get for die. Every life matter. Every life matter. No life is useless because we cannot make life. Every life matters. So, Mr. Shilon, I pass on to you, sir.
Well, this is the danger when you allow lawlessness to prevail. You will get unintended victims. Okay? It no matter who that win case, who that lost case, there should never be a loss of life when it involves property disputes. And if there's there's a loss of life, that loss of life then will come about as a result of the police, of all people, being involved in private dispute. Because at the end of the day, this is a policeman will say shoot one of the contestants. Then. Well, what you know they own per hog money? Not the crime, this is not a civil matter. Crime was not being committed. Isn't that what the police is for? They not get no business pan other matters where not involve crime. We're not of a criminal nature. But this is what happens. When you allow lawlessness, of course you favor one outlaw group of people or lawless group of people for break the law and do as them please, that behavior they will continue and they will grow bigger and bigger and bigger. So, and then the unfortunate side, the court will forget the sole authority for deal with their matters here and deal with them very quickly. Condition to matters they will for going to court for the take years. The court get a own role for playing here. Because now basically what you will see in Australia is a country running without a strong judiciary. You know, all we get now parliament, then we get the executive to do as them please. Means nothing by which you can challenge the excessive behavior of the police. I mean, the court do not seem adequately prepared or equipped for deal with the police and lawlessness. And it will only get worse if authorities do not deal with them. If they not address the issue, it's not going to get any better. And tomorrow, it might be you, your loved one, who will end up being a victim. We are trying to tell leadership that, you know, one of the main components of good leadership is to make sure anarchy, lawlessness not take place over civil order. You know, now what may happen when people can get dispute, and this is the other thing, where it's a complete breakdown. People can just go and pay policemen them who are on government payroll, who are on government time, wearing government uniform. You get other citizens who will just go and pay policemen and then jump in a motor car, jump in a truck, go attack other people. I mean, how long are we going to allow that for fester? You know, and just because the APC government will do that or allow that, doesn't mean SAPP government will allow, because it's wrong. Policemen do not forget anything. We'll forget the system set up. If you think that somebody will encroach on your land, you forget civil process by which you could go to court. You know, and the system for be equipped enough for them matters, therefore be dealt with very quickly. Let the people not take years in a court. And then there should be penalty. People who take matters in
fit.
Yes, but you see, these are the things the legal profession have to do well, because they know say they are just getting people angry where you go tie and case up in a court for years. These are matters that should be dealt with very quickly. You know, in a matter of a month or two, therefore not determine who that get a piece of property. And here is what economically, it's good for the lawyers them, it's good for the surveyors them, it's good for a whole lot of people who will create employment to follow the law. And then there should be criminal consequences for that kind of a behavior here. Like that police officer there will kill. I mean, it's murder. Murder is murder. Now you will get for going to court and go defend himself as to whether or not self-defense. So regardless of what the other party be, they say, just no way call in. As long as there's a loss of life, there has to be accountability. You see,
Oh, there's
so you're
no
not going to say that
accountability, Sierra Leone.
and if they go broke the other person house and they set them on fire, that's a crime. That's arson. The people who do it should be charged. That the only way that the society as a whole could benefit when we all respect the law and put the matters into the hands of the judiciary or the system. It just helps nobody.
Yeah.
You know, because we are
Yeah.
creating a situation of survival of the fittest. Would I get passing company and go survive? It's
Oh yeah, that's
dangerous.
the
It's
Darwin's
it's
Darwin's
counterproductive.
but let me take
It's destructive,
let me
and it
take
will
a
lead to
few
a civil
callers.
war.
Yeah, yeah. Let me take a few more callers because we don't come to the end. Maybe one or two more people there where they waiting at the line, and then we go. But yeah, caller. Good evening. What's your name? Who's they call from, please? Callers because we don't come to the end. Maybe one or two more people there waiting. Yes, caller. Go ahead, please. What's your name? Who's they call from?
Good evening. Hello. This is Mr. King.
Yes, Mr. King. Go ahead,
To
sir.
respond to what are you don't talk say you and Mr. Shilon.
Oh, okay, go ahead, Mr. King. The floor is yours, sir.
Calling from Virginia.
Okay, go ahead, please.
All right. Yes. First to begin with, you take me post in a different direction. I never said
Okay,
anything about the commotion that take place na the colleges or which college or whatever. I only mentioned that not anything that happened in the country, the president is going to be blamed. That was my point. I never mentioned about the beat one picking and not beat one collegians or whatever. So you pick and choose what you want for talk. And some stupid, ignorant people there, they write all kind of nonsense. But
Okay, Mr. King, we will therefore interrupt you. We don't want insults on the show. Express yourself. I think you're very capable. You can express yourself without calling people names. We don't want the show for degenerate to that level. So please up it up. We want to listen to you, but not curse anybody.
I don't curse nobody. I said the one that
When you say stupid, that's an insult. That's an insult.
And I say, and so far while they listen this show, I never heard about, oh, the government don't do so. First to begin with, I'm not a politician. I'm not a for non-party. I just want to see the country better. Just as Fadima say, he don't spend, me say don't spend half of my life, and I'm born in the 60s. I don't spend more than half of my life outside Sierra Leone. So when I talk with authority. I know what I talk. I may not get all the education I may that maybe you guys get, but I know what I talk. And this is common sense. If you not say you, I mean, a program not go there where now always the negativity, the thing that we the government not do. Yeah, but if for balance, I not object person for say, okay, this government do something wrong, not talk about that. No. When you talk about and go make the government aware of say they do something wrong, then try for rectify them. But on the other hand, talk about the good. So beyond
okay, tell me some good word that left out. Please tell me some good word that left out. That we want from people like you. Tell me the good
leader. Again, we get police boss and this and that. If something wrong, that the police boss is responsible. Why some of the Catalonians want make the president like an octopus? Never responsible. Never responsible for police brutality or everything. Well, why the president and why we get ministers and police and military all? Well,
can we give Mr. King a little bit of time? I want to let Mr. King point out some of the good them where we fail for mention. Please help we, because that's what this show is all about. Tell me some of the good things then where we for highlight, where we fail for mention. Please.
when me don't listen this show, I don't listen for several months. I never heard about the good things. I never
But
heard
you
about
know some of them. But you know some of them. So tell us. It's not
believe for
participatory.
let the government not centralize everything in Freetown. I don't hear anything about that. I don't hear anything about the tomabum rice. I don't hear anything about the onions. So let's talk about the development. First of all,
Okay.
everybody talk about is this
Mr. King,
yes,
if you go back to
it only
videos,
60 years
we talk
JBN. Why make people
let me say this.
say in 3
We talk
All right.
about stuff that the government does. We don't talk about time. We can highlight things the way that they do. And me na one person we can always say we cannot always put out the bad, but we get for bringing the good. For the person yeri, you get for getting the good. There are things that we have said that they're doing good, but then there are many things that is going wrong that we not go ignore, and because we try for bring the good out of the person all the time. And President Bio, like you rightfully say, I am sorry if I misunderstand you, but what I get from the writing where you make say with the blame President Bio for all things. Fire the police chief, because we keep getting occurring stuff of the police misbehaving, because now in get the authority for hire and fire the people that are not doing the wrong. We see ministers misbehaving, abusing their powers, nothing comes out of it. We see a lot of things, nothing comes out of it. There's nothing. Me, I want a salon better. I raise my hand to God. I put my life out today. I want the salon better because I want to go back in a salon. I want go there, and then we come out. One go there, we go all day. You want go there, we able day. You know, because me, I not tell nobody like if I go free tongue inside 2 months, self ikimonomy for the longer than 2 months. The longest one don't they? Now 3 months. It's kind of hard to be there. The things we take for granted in that country, yeah, where you go there is everything is just a hustle. And why do you want to put yourself in that kind of position? You know. Now then don't say they want the power. Now then don't say they go able to do the work. We don't entrust them onto them, and we're expecting them to do better. We cannot babysit them. We cannot wait in and call. You know, even Kutubu, people let me they harass them because they go after Anes Baikoma over and over and over and over. But now it is time to go after the sitting president, because President Biyo on time Anes Koma on time don't now President Biyo on time day. So we cannot be blaming, keep going back, because we hear the president talk of the MCC report. The MCC report is a good thing. America said they go give we money, but then what did the ambassador say? We gotta stop looking from the outside and look from within. Let us look from the problems inside among the present administration, because there are things that are going on that are not right. Yes, the America promised we, but they not give we the money yet too. They're not giving the money yet. From what President Bioka with the Allah say, let them do like how Rollins do, go to farming. It's been 3 years. What's in the people there? Who's harvest where they don't do, where they don't show, where the people then they get? Almost harvest where they get. Chief Minister say harvest rest or whatever. He sell them to the people them. Almost he sell them, almost land he make, almost waiting and call. We don't see much. We see Fatima Bio, then a garden, he puts pepper. He said in pepper where they harvest. We don't see much of what's in they say. So if we don't see it, and then they say we very unfair. You don't go to CNN and tell them they're unfair. You don't like us, I appreciate you coming. But if you feel say we unfair, come on board. I want hosts. I want people that can sit down with we. Let we talk on the issues. You know how many times I reach out to people. People can talk from the back, but when it comes to coming to the camera, they don't want for them. Come aboard, let we discuss. Come aboard, let you be the voice of the positive. What would they bring out the negative? Come aboard. I invite you. Come aboard. Be a part of social media. I would love for you, Mr. King, to be part of us so that we're going to talk on the issue. Let we go be balanced enough for you for say we balance. But me, God knows, say I speak from the middle. Where good I go talk, where bad I go talk. But the scale of justice is leaning to one side, and we get for bring them out for let them try for balance and back come. So now then they no more me get for say. But let's go
Make I
to the
say
next call
something.
quick.
No,
Okay,
please,
sir, go
ma'am.
ahead.
Please, ma'am. Make I say something quick to
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
King. As far as highlighting or amplifying some of the good things, I don't know how familiar he is with the Public Order Act that had been in existence since 1965, from days of Albert Magai. So Abraham Magai Kam, Shaka Stephen Kam, Momo Kam, Kaba Kam, Kuruma Kam. That act there na be an act way now for oppress journalists them primarily for arrest them, lock them up, shut them up. It go way back in 1965 when President Bio abolished that act there. Mr. King need to go back and look at we show. We praise them. We point out to the public who don't even know the history of the Public Order Act that he has done waiting order precedent them. Going way back from 1965, when President Bio may have been just 5-6 years old, or maybe just around that age day, that we give the credit where it's due for say, he get the wisdom, he get the fortitude or the courage for abolish that law day. The Public Order Act, Mr. King, check we show, check and see if we not give President Bio credit. Where the Palo Conte trial, Palo Conte was found not guilty of treason. We give credit. We say it's a credit to the system because they not influence the trial, like unlike Shaka Stephen in Tame, where S.I. Kurumbi to go sit down at the court for the outcome of the trial of Abraham found them there one day. We praise President Bio. We think say this kind of democracy and justice at the country. When we talk this show, we talk about police violence. We say go way back to Stevens in time, not to Bio Statham. So I'm just trying to put certain things in context, and there are many other things. So when you say one day we not say that, or we say that, there have been praises by us of President Bio when he make landmark and decisions them, or we influence something we're good for the country. We doesn't look for things country-wise. We don't care. I don't care about APC, SLPP, C4C. None of these parties that matter to me. What matters to me in Australia? What matters to me is to see the ordinary man get a job. What matters to me is to see we get good health system, we get good road system, we get good economy. But to some of you, maybe politics matter. Without in a power, we see wrong and right only in terms of party label. But God help me, I don't see it that way. Wrong come in one color. I don't care, and I speak negatively about all the political party. I hold them all in very low regard, particularly the two party them, APC, SLPP. Only if you don't know the history of politics, but if you know the history of politics, you should always, APC and SLPP will get not more than 25% passing grade. These are terrible parties. So some of when I they kill on yourself, when they make all this big thing about them party, you will just not know them. They are one and the same. They are just incapable for run that country.
Well, I'll just take one last caller. I'm sorry for the other one that we're not going to take because we time don't run out, sometimes we get carried away with talking, things happen. That's life, things happen sometimes. But we adjust and come back. They said the good sailor adjusts the sail as according to the wind, according to how the wind they blow. Now, so the sailor they adjust in sail. Sometimes it will one care and go under, but it will adjust according to the wind. That's what we do. I'm very sorry for disappointing anybody, but let's go to one more caller. Then we round up for today. Let's give our closing and there we go. Because when able to come to the doctor issue, we will bring them up next week because we get for bring out that doctor issue because this was one of the questions I asked the minister when he was here last time. What if somebody not like me, then go say something, they want go take me phone na me and they not like what they do or what they don't record, they want go take me phone na they and do they have the right to do that? And that was the fear of one of the Lord them way been there when they try for make sure I say who's guarantee go give me say I have a right as a citizen for able all my personal property, my phone, and we go here next week where the Minister of Health, Mr. Demby, Dr. Demby, that I have so much respect for and so love this, but he said something that was not even sitting right with me, that they say this doctor was not even a journalist. Why, if they record waiting to happen with the minister, then go there. We will come to that the next week because those are the things that we talk about and people say, or with a pick on the negative. But this thing is very important because you self can go na salon, me self can go na salon. Somebody not like me, can't jog me phone. Next day I know I dip on trouble or something else. They assault me and maybe accidentally kill me, like out and shoot for kill somebody else. You know, them things here are very, very personal and dear to us because it might be you tomorrow, it might be me tomorrow, it might be your loved ones tomorrow. Then what? What would you say? You know. So let me take one more caller. Let me give them because they are the voice of Salone. Caller, good evening. What's your name? Where they call from, please?
Yeah, and maybe call earlier on. We don't send on a WhatsApp of information of what's in the happen at Hastings. I want to talk to Mr. Chin directly, like keep the record straight, okay? The Douglas family, now they own the land. This gentleman when he died, he said his papa tell him say Douglas, he give him that some of that land. But they don't actually get paper for it. They're never gonna court. Let me keep that record straight as well. What will happen? They're gonna land minister and send people in at the place they back in September. I don't give you the documents. Then go, then count the market place and tell them say no, not in land, that Douglas family in land. Even though they insist say Pat Douglas, then they give the papa the land because the papa belong for Pat Douglas. So the lawyer will be the handle this case, that two and this other policeman, where Mammy Douglas name is Sabi that much, where he buy the land. This policeman get right to the land because the land where he purchased, just like happened for me say, this time here people they all get different views of police and if they that incidents happen. The money where he sell the land, Mammy Douglas, now he go attack. They say because now he don't sell land the police or he said he don't send policeman go kill them for land. So that audio and CEO that they listen to all over the place, it's not the correct information out there. Now, how you expect this money, it didn't job, and you say, and come the police don't go kill for a land where he sell this policeman, they don't go born in host, they don't born in picking host. If you kind of social media, it's difficult, very difficult. So I feel like say the social media be very quick on this matter. When there one audio, even the video they see, we don't see where gun kill person yet. We not say person die, we not see. Policeman they say they will defend them for gun and this and that. So my point is, let we take with time there is something out there. Let we find more information first. Because this media don't make the people are not involved in. Today this Sunday. The money is on the law, it's story house. They don't go book the garage. The people are the Haitian community. They don't loot them. They say they put fire upon them. No one knows about that because they find it very difficult for the homeless overnight, just for a piece of land. Yes, they're not happy because somebody died there. That policeman be there, they buy land from them, so he writes for Dede. Because they say Dede. So at that point they want to get across because I should say it was an independent matter, police not be need for Dede, how Mammy Douglas get paper, court paper, this family they buy land get court paper, and that was not the case. Not at all. This family just saying that Pat Douglas give them papa some of that land. So therefore, the land. Land minister come, then for the place, they say, no, at the Douglas family in the land, they get part of PD when I get out. So if this man be government policeman at that land, what is going to do? If you come back to the court order, so the ministry says, so we don't have any land if you disagree. No. But if you let somebody may get gone, we don't know the base of that. We don't want to get into that because really, somebody never die for land. But the story where they spread across is like Mammy Douglas, no one bring a policeman, so can't kill somebody for land, where the papa don't give them. Then they circulate all over, and in the media they escalate them. The people that they get involved in, the police just able to go on that side street. What do you mean the colonel is saying? You also don't want me us to us now. They don't miss on the law in us. Police didn't go because they explain what media will say. How many they don't circulate this issue here?
I don't know who you are again, waiting to be your name, but I want to let you come on. Would you mind to come on next week? Let we continue this conversation because I mean this is two sides to every story, just like you rightfully say. But you know, people are going with somebody has been killed unnecessarily for a land, and now the people are rioting. It's wrong too for burn people their property and destroy people their property. So I mean, we don't hear you from the Douglas because it look like you connected to the Douglas family and then people then they. But long term, what I know because my grandpa get boku land them where he die left. Long term, I know people them can give people them land them people them can give because them family if they don't there for long and a certain side, you know, people can give people them property. Some people again can go left us book to where they all them people they land. So Bokuma Kuti the Nepal land problem. We all know that. So it is so unfortunate when somebody died today and then there's there for young man in life cut short because of thing. But the video what we hear, the video is evidence enough that there was no fighting for no gun. Because if the video they on, you go hear when and say it all me gone, but no, it just more pow pow 2 shots. That's what we heard. But next week we get to continue this. So if you don't mind, you can be a guest on we show. Let yourself explain your side of the story, and then we'll try to get people because we already a man self been talk from the tongue. We will try to get the man or somebody from that side. We can discuss their issue here because these are the issues where we they talk about and on all that kind of waiting and calling. So till next week, we go left for now. We're not able for reach all side today, but we talk on the violence, the increase, rest. We get for address them because we cannot look at it like it's not happening. So it is happening and it's happening in Sierra Leone, and we get for fix them. So till next week, where we go come back, we left on a Gordon. Corona is still real. Corona they still kill people. Take heed. Udadena Densaya, is encouraged to get the vaccination. We go try for preserve we and preserve our life because God say for use wisdom. He say with long life he go satisfy we, but for use wisdom. So till next week, I say I love you all. God is love. May God bless we all. I pray for the one day where they lead we. Let God, the divine wisdom, lead them for do the right thing where go benefit the lives of the people. We go make change for people in life. So till next week, I love you all. Like I say always, if I dey shine today, not jealous me, go work on yourself tomorrow. You'll be the one shining, and then me, the cloud go over me. Still to next week. I love you all. Fedima, God is love. Go make a difference. Go do something. Kind words, give a hug, give something. I love you. Fedima, I'm out. Good night.
Good
Mr.
night.
Silo.
Yeah, good night, everybody. We will see you next week. Thanks.